The Bengaluru National Company Law Tribunal on Wednesday asked Byju to consider the extension of the closure date of the rights issue beyond the 28th of February. The court did not stop the closure of the rights issue but asked Byju to keep the funds untouched. The next hearing is now scheduled for the 4th of April. A person familiar with the company's thinking, however, said that the 28th of February deadline. Today's next news is the sales growth of listed private manufacturing companies in the information technology sector moderated in the October to December quarter of the financial year 2023-2024. The Reserve Bank of India data on the performance of the private corporate sector showed. The data showed that the aggregate sales of 1,685 listed private manufacturing companies on a year-on-year basis. Today's next news is the Chief Executive Officer of Yes Bank Prashant Kumar has said that the compliance process and due diligence checks have become tighter on fintech partnerships after Reserve Bank of India's regulatory clampdown on Paytm Payments Bank. Earlier our focus was more on what we are doing, the nature of partnerships that we are getting into and whether we are compliant. Today's next news is Accenture Plc will acquire Mindcurv, German IT services and data analytics firm, to expand its commercial services globally. The US company said in a release. Accenture Song, the parent company's digital agency, agreed to acquire the Essen-headquartered IT services company for an undisclosed amount. Mindcurv provides digital services to clients in the manufacturing, retail, consumer goods. Today's next news is the market regulator has affirmed its directives concerning 20 out of the 25 entities involved in the Brightcom Group case. The Securities and Exchange Board of India conducted an investigation into a preferential issue of shares and warrants, during which it was discovered that some entities made only partial payments, according to a money control report. Today's next news is Reliance Industries has signed a binding agreement with Disney to form a joint venture that will combine the businesses of Viacom 18 and Star India. The deal, which has been in the works for months, will create a media behemoth across TV broadcasting, streaming, movies and sports. As part of the transaction, RIL has agreed to invest around 11,500 crore rupees into the JV for its growth. Today's next news is around 1.01 crore shares of Zomato changed hands through a block deal on February 28 according to Bloomberg data. 10,097,160 shares or 0.11% stake were traded around price of 156 rupees and 90 paise. The value of the deal will come around 158.42 crore rupees. In December, SoftBank's venture capital fund, SVF Growth Private had exited Zomato and sold 9.36 crore shares worth 1,127.51 crore rupees. Today's next news is, over the next few days, OPEC Plus countries need to decide whether to extend their voluntary oil output cuts into the second quarter. The market anticipates a full rollover. Instead, I believe the cartel has a chance to add a bit of extra supply, taking some short-term pain for a long-term gain. In November, several OPEC Plus nations, led by Saudi Arabia and Russia, announced a series of production. Today's next news is, India's digital public infrastructure can be used for building sovereign artificial intelligence. NVIDIA's Senior Vice President for Enterprise Sales and Business Development Shankar Trivedi said, after a recent meeting with Union Minister Rajiv Chandrasekhar. During the meeting, Trivedi and Chandrasekhar discussed potential areas of partnership in the field of sovereign AI. Today's next news is, Bitcoin surged for a fifth day on Wednesday to near $60,000. Buoyed by flows into new US spot Bitcoin exchange-traded products that have driven it up 39.7% in February, which would mark its largest monthly rally since December 2020. Bitcoin was last up 4.4% at $59,259, its highest since December 2021. while Ether rose 2.2% to $3,320, having hit another two-year high.